Welcome to this new C# lesson. In today's lesson, we will continue our talk about the data types in C#. Today, we will talk about these following data types. We have the float, the double, and the decimal. These are just like the previous data types that we've learned, the integral data types, except that these are called floating point literals, meaning they allow a decimal point. The difference between these data types, the float, the double, and the decimal, is the size. The float, as you can see, is 4 bytes, the double is 8 bytes, and the decimal is 16 bytes. And we also have the precision. The float has about 7 digits of precision, the double has about 15 digits of precision, then the decimal has about 28 digits of precision. The float is not commonly used, but the double is usually used in scientific applications, while the decimal data type is used in the financial and monetary calculations. The reason decimal is used in financial and monetary application is because it offers high precision. That means that the decimal stores an exact value. The next slide shows us the other built-in data types we have in C#. We have bool for boolean, and then we have char or char for a character. It stores one single character, and the character value is contained within a single quote. Then we have a string, and a string is a sequence of characters contained within double quotes. Then we have datetime, and finally we have the object, and the object data type can point to any data type, as we will learn in future lessons. Let's go now to Visual Studio and work with some examples. I have Visual Studio open. I have a new project here. I'm gonna change the form text property to say lesson 4 data type, and for the button I'm gonna change this text property to say show message, and its name property to btn message. And for the button we always use btn like that, with the b lowercase, everything lowercase. And if we are using, for instance, a text box, let me find the text box right here. So if I want to use it, I'm gonna say here, for example, txt name, for example, for radio button we use rbn. Okay, and for example choice, and basically this is how we do it. Okay, for list box we say lst, for label we say lbl, and this is how we name our components. Let me shrink this down, go to the name property, and it's changed. I'm gonna double click to create click event, and here I'm going to work with the character data type. So I say char letter, for example, equals single quote like that, a. All right, that works. I can put lowercase, for example h. I can put a character like this. All of those work. But if I do this, for example ABC, then it's gonna give me an error. As you see here, it's giving me an error, too many characters in character literal, because it only accepts one character. If I want more than one character, I need a string of characters, and that requires string data type. So I call it, for example, words equals hello. Then I can add a character like this, something like that. I can, all of those are acceptable when you work with a string, and you can go up to, I believe, 2 million. The number is big. Okay, so that's when it comes to character and a string. All right, let's talk about the numbers with decimal points. We said we have double, let's say double number equals 1995, for example. Then we have float, let's say float number equals 1375, for example, and here it's giving me an error. The reason it's giving me an error because I need something called suffix. So here I'm gonna need to put an F like this, and now the error is gone. Let's do decimal number equals, for example, 234.5567. Okay, and the same thing is giving me an error because I need a suffix, and it takes the M suffix. And here, of course, I can do lowercase or uppercase like this, and the same applies here. Alright, and the reason we use suffix when we work with floats and decimals is because in C#, a number containing a decimal point that does not have a suffix is interpreted as a double. So I will prove that to you. So if I come here and remove the suffix and come here and say var, and we will learn about var in the future lessons. So here I'm letting the compiler takes care of the data type for me. Okay, so if I come here, it's gonna show me that it's a double. This number here is a double. So like I said, C# treats any number with a decimal point as a double. For us to differentiate it from a double, we have to use a suffix. So I'm gonna come here and use the capital M and say decimal. Okay. The other two data types, the Boolean and the date time, we will leave them for another lesson. We will also have more than one lesson to deal with the string data type, because strings are very important in every programming language. So we will have 2 or 3 lessons dedicated to string manipulation in C#. That's for the future lessons though. Lastly, I would like to show you this. I'm gonna say message box dot show, and I'm gonna show you how you can get the size, the value range of your data type. Here I will say max value of let's say double. Okay, and I'm gonna concatenate. I'm gonna say double that max value plus mean value of double, and I'm gonna do this. We come back here, do this plus double that mean value. All right, see everything is okay here. I'm missing the semicolon. Let's view this. I'm gonna save, run. Bring this in the middle and click, and here it's showing me the maximum value of the double data type and the minimum value of the double data type. With this, we come to the end of this lesson. I would like to thank you for watching. Have a good day.